Hello, I'm Marty. I have rheumatoid arthritis. I was diagnosed at the age of 30. That was 37 years ago. I'm 67 years old. This weekend we were in beautiful Clearwater, Florida. Look behind me. Isn't that gorgeous? All these beautiful sailboats and speedboats have been going by. It's lovely. So that's the, I guess it's called a bay or something. The beach is right a few blocks that way and one block that way. So we're going to my husband's 50th class reunion. He went to Clearwater High School and he graduated in 1974. So we're here for the reunion. It's been fun. It's been interesting. Last night we had a little meet and greet and it was lovely and it was amazing because some of the women that were there at the table that I was sitting with them have rheumatoid arthritis. Like 1, 2, 3, 4 or 5 women with rheumatoid arthritis in my husband's graduating class. That's incredible. There were 800 people in my graduating class, and in his graduating class rather. I think there was something close to that in mine too. I don't know many people with rheumatoid arthritis, do you? So to have that many women that grew up together, is that considered a pocket of rheumatoid arthritis? I don't know. Do you know? So they grew up all the way up. Now I grew up, hi there, there's a neighbor. I grew up in Jacksonville, Florida. My neighborhood is a pocket of autoimmune diseases. On my street, I moved there when I was 18 months old. My sister's 18 months older than me. I have rheumatoid arthritis, vasculitis, and whatever other diseases attached to rheumatoid arthritis. My sister, who's 18 months older, has fibromyalgia, and my older sister, who's 4 years older, is perfectly healthy. She's blessed. Next door to us, Miss Mack had lupus. And she has since passed. She would be in her hundreds by now. Across the street from Miss Mack, Miss Crystal had MS. I think it was MS. Pretty sure it was MS. Okay, so that's Miss Mack, Miss Crystal. Across the street from me, next door to Miss Crystal, is our friend Margaret, and she has MS. Margaret's sister has type 1 diabetes. Behind Margaret, that family had autoimmune diseases. I don't know what, I didn't know them. Behind Miss Crystal, that family had autoimmune diseases. How is it that a pocket of people, that many people, side by side by side, would have autoimmune diseases? I'd love to have it investigated. Here's what I know. We grew up across the river. Our street ended at the river, the St. Johns River, and across the river is the Naval Air Station, Jacksonville Naval Air Station, and the planes, we were on their route. They flew over our house. Was it something from the exhaust from their planes? Mm-hmm. Was it the big cemetery across the highway from us? It was beautiful. It was a gorgeous cemetery. It still is. My parents are there now. My sisters and I used to play hide and seek. We rode our bikes there. It wasn't a highway then, it was a 2-way road. But we had city water. The cemetery had wells. I know that because you could smell sulfur water when they were watering the grass there. So we were getting sprinkled with sulfur water from the cemetery. Now, you know what's in the ground in the cemetery, and that's an old cemetery. It's beautiful, it's gorgeous, beautiful mausoleums. Huge lions. It was a fabulous place to play hide and seek and ride bikes. I learned how to drive a car in a cemetery because Daddy said, you can drive and there's lots of turns, but you won't kill anybody. Okay, enough silliness. Yeah, so a whole bunch of rheumatoid arthritis, fibromyalgia, MS, type 1 diabetes. Is it type 1 the bad one? I think it's the type 1 is the bad one. That's okay. They have the bad diabetes, the autoimmune diabetes, and also lupus. The neighborhood on the other side of the cemetery across that road also had several people with autoimmune diseases. So would it be a pocket because of all of those people? I think so. So it's funny that that happened that way. Now Margaret is my oldest sister's age, who's not affected with any autoimmune diseases, but Margaret lived in that house from the time she was a baby. So I think it's the childhood, the being a small child with your immune system not developed very well yet is possibly why we ended up with that. I don't know. So the girls at Mark's High School and the girls I grew up with, the people around me, pockets. So if you know anything about pockets of autoimmune diseases, I would be very interested to find out what you can share with that. It's not why I came to talk to you today, though. I came to show you that gorgeousness up there. Yeah. And there's a bird just tweeting his little head off over there somewhere. But in addition, I wanted to talk to you about medicinal oils and taking pills over the counter. Someone approached me, said, I noticed your hands are really arthritic. Have you tried this special oil? It's like, oh, you mean frankincense oil? Because I've been approached before. It's like, yeah, I've put some on my hands before. And I didn't really notice a difference, but some people do, and that's great. And I educated her. I told her that I have rheumatoid arthritis. It's a chronic disease. I will have it for the rest of my life. It won't go away, and it's incurable. And she was very surprised because she thought that that oil that she was encouraging me to try, that her girlfriend sells, would be my cure. And it's like, oh, honey, I wish it were. But that's just not going to be the fix. I really need the medications that the doctors make. And I'm on something great now, and it's working for me. So I'm really pleased. I said, but yeah, I've been approached by several people for several different things. Have you? Yeah? People tell me that I need to eat all meat diet, eat the carnivore diet. Other people say eat vegetarian diet, eat vegan diet. And actually, I tried that for about a year and it didn't faze me. I've tried avoiding night blooming vegetables, mushrooms and bell peppers and tomatoes or whatever. I did that. It doesn't faze me. All of the elimination, I've done elimination diets to see if it's bread or sugar. Yeah, sugar causes inflammation, so does bread. Anything that converts into, fat real quick like that, sugar and fat and sugar and bread. Yeah, it will cause inflammation to happen faster or worse. But I really don't see it unless I really binge on eat a whole bunch of candy, something like that, then I'll be inflamed the next day. How about you? Have you noticed it? Have you tried eliminating things? I don't eat sugar anymore, and I eat very little bread, very little starches. So I try not to do that because, first of all, I'm on prednisone, and I can get fat really easy. So I'm really working to keep my weight down because every extra pound makes it harder for me to function because it makes it harder to walk on, to carry that weight. So I work really hard to keep my weight down. I'm 5'1" and I'm a size small, and that's the right size for me. I could actually go to extra small, but I'm 67 years old. I don't need to knock off every ounce of fat on my body. I'm fine. And there's fat parts on me, trust me. I know about that. So I've seen me. But yeah, if you lose weight, that helps a lot. If you avoid sugar and starch, that helps a lot. If you take the medication your doctor gives you, that helps a bazillion times. So I'm on a biologic in prednisone and Avena, I don't know, luflucamide. I don't know the name. I've said it before, and I'll print it down below. So I'm on 3 drugs right now. I would like to stop taking prednisone, but I have vasculitis. And the doctor is very concerned because I keep getting little flares, and he wants to make sure that the medication, the biologic that I'm taking right now, which is supposed to address vasculitis, is going to work. He doesn't want me to have more flares. He doesn't want it to get out of control. So he's a good doctor. I trust him, and I'll take the medication he suggests I take. So those pills that people want you to take, the over-the-counter vitamins and powders and spices and mixed raisins with gin, tastes real good, doesn't do much for you. Yeah, there's some qualities in raisins that, what's the word? Help me out, y'all. Antioxidants. Yeah, in raisins. And gin would relax you, but I'm not a drinker, so not that. I eat blueberries. I love blueberries. Those are great antioxidants. I eat tons of blueberries. I like them I like them in everything. So blueberries on the side, strawberries, I like berries. So I try to eat antioxidants. That's a healthy, good choice to add to your diet. But I wouldn't depend on over-the-counter, something somebody invented. The the Food and Drug Administration does check the pills that people make that are over-the-counter, the supplements, but they don't have to. And a lot of times they're already for sale in the stores before they've even been FDA approved. They don't have to be approved. They just have to be approved that the packaging says what's actually in the medication and that it doesn't have bug legs in it, whatever. You know, you're allowed to have so many percentage of germs or whatever, bug legs. I call it bug legs, bug wings in your pills, and they just make sure that that's not happening. They make sure that if it says it's got 5% of turmeric in it, it's got 5% of turmeric in it. They don't say this works. It may or may not. Maybe it's a placebo effect. Maybe because someone wants it to work so bad, it helps. And if that's the case, more power to them. But chances are it'll help for a minute, a hot minute, and you'll be right back where you were. In fact, you may even be worse because you didn't take the medication you should have been taking that would have kept your joints from deteriorating. And my hand's getting tired. Let me change hands. I didn't bring my thing. Okay, so I'm just been overwhelmed by people showing up and telling me what I should take that's going to cure me. And I don't want to sound like a Debbie Downer and say there is no cure, but there is no cure. And the things that they want us to try, if they worked, I guarantee you the doctors would be shoving those down our throats. Don't you think that your doctor wants you to get better? I know mine does. I love my doctor. He said the sweetest thing, and I think I've told you before. I asked him, why did you choose to be a rheumatologist? Because you come in the room and the first thing you say is, how are you feeling? From a scale to 1 to 10, blah, blah, blah. And then that's the person that you do tell how you feel. I'm hurting really bad. My feet have been hurting. This thumb is really aching. My pinky, I think that it's getting a new nodule. You know, you tell them everything because he needs to know or she needs to know. Your rheumatologist has to know. And I just think, oh my gosh, every patient is telling them all these dreadful things that are wrong with them. And they hear that all day long. So I said, Doc, you know, why'd you choose rheumatology? It just seems dreadful. And he said he was a internist before he became a rheumatologist. He went back and became a rheumatologist. And he said he really loved helping people. We really needed a lot of help. And the coolest thing he said is, sometimes my patients get better. Sometimes my patients get better. That just thrills my soul to hear my doctor say that. And it thrills him too. So last time I saw him, good report, I walked in the doctor's office, I sat down and he came in, and of course the nurse has already done the 1 to 10, and he came in and he said, how you doing? And I said, guess what? He said, what? I said, this is the first time I've ever told a rheumatologist this. Nothing hurts. Nothing hurts. I'm taking some new medicine. Wait. I'm taking new medicine, and it's working. I've never had it work like this. I don't have any pain. It's incredible. I'm so happy. So, he was really tickled. I can't cross fingers, but he crossed both maybe I can on this finger. He crossed his fingers with both hands and did this. with both hands because let's hope this sticks. Let's hope it sticks. So, I'm good. It's incredible. I'm doing really good. I'm not taking turmeric or gin and raisins. I'm not lotioning up with frankincense. I'm doing what the doctor said. I'm taking the chance with the side effects, which are not bothering me. Yeah, I take prednisone. It makes me hungry. My hair's gotten a little thin. And my face is, where my hair fell out of my head, my face is fuzzy and my arms have fuzzy. I have fuzzy arms now. I have a lot of hair on my arms because that's what prednisone does. That kind of side effect, not a problem. I'm taking rituximab. It didn't feel good the first infusion. I felt pretty crummy, but after the second infusion, I felt great. It's been 9 or 10 weeks, maybe 11 or 12. What is this date? It's been 2 months, 2.5 months. So it's been much more than 8 weeks. And between 8 and 16 weeks is when you notice that it's starting to help. So I think the rituximab and the flutamide, that combination is working for me. Now, don't run to your doctor and say, I've got to have this medicine, it works for Marty, because what works for me may not work for you. And I've taken other medications before that worked really great too. So, you know, what works for me, it might not be what you need. So it's up to you and your doctor on what you need. I found out that the rituximab was very expensive. I'm in the United States, Florida. Here we are. There it is, Florida. Hello. And Medicare paid for it. Yeah, Medicare paid for it. So I was shocked when I got the copy of the statement. It was not including the infusion center and the doctor there and the nurse fees and the fee for the additional drugs they had to give me when I had a reaction. Just the medication, just the rituximab was $45,000 per infusion, and I had 2 infusions, one on March 5th and one on March 19th, so that was a $90,000 month. I'm totally shocked that they charged that much, totally shocked that Medicare approved it. So, and I have a secondary insurance, so what Medicare doesn't cover, my secondary does. So I pay for gap insurance. It's called Part G for those. And you have to get it within 6 months of your 65th birthday. So if you haven't gotten it and you're past 65, and if you're not 65 yet, please look into Part G. Get an insurance agent that does Medicare insurance, that doesn't do just one brand of insurance. So this one looked at all the different insurances that do Part G. There's, you know, Blue Cross and Blue Shield. There's AARP. I got AARP. I think the reason was because where we live and the specific doctors I go to, this one works for that. So it depends on where you go, and it's expensive. It's almost $200 a month, but it pays everything that Medicare doesn't. So anytime I go in the hospital, everything's covered. Anytime I have a ridiculously expensive infusion, it's covered. It's been a lot to talk about today. I'm sorry I got teary. I'm going to do it again. No, I'm not. Oh, look, here's more fun things. Let's change the subject. I did an Airbnb. We were going to stay in a hotel, and we went to it, and I didn't like it at all. So I didn't want to stay where the classes were because it was ridiculously expensive, and it's Mother's Day weekend, and they were charging twice as much. But down there is a pool. There was some kids swimming in it earlier. There's palm trees everywhere. Oh, there's a pelican flying up. There he goes. Hi, pelican. Yeah. There's beautiful yachts down. I don't even see the yacht right there. Right, where is it? Right there. It's gorgeous. Gorgeous sailboats. And then because we're in retirement land, there's 1 million condos with 1 million people all over the place. And the beach is right cross that bridge right there. Let me see if I can get it. There's a bridge right there. And the beach is right out there. So we're pretty convenient to everything. It's beautiful. So I like being in an Airbnb because I like having a bedroom, bathroom, separate closet. That's all hotel stuff. But then we have a full kitchen and a living room and a kitchen table. We have a couch and a chair and comfortable. So I wake up early and I have a place I can go and have a cup of coffee. I think I'd sit out here though. I can go have a cup of coffee and not wake my husband up. Or if he gets up before me like he did this morning, then he's right in there. He's inside. Yeah. Then he can get up, and he sat out on the couch and played on his phone for a while. There's a television, but we don't really watch TV that much. So, yeah. Anyway, you guys have a great day. We're having a great weekend. It's been wonderful to catch up with Mark's friends. They're so sweet. We've been to all of the reunions, and it's just been a joy to see them again. And I found some people that live within a couple of miles of our house in Jacksonville. So, that, and then some people that live near our house in North Carolina. So that. So we're going to be getting together with some new friends and some old friends after the reunion is over, once we're back to our homes. So that's pleasant. I hope you're having a great day. I hope you feel good. I feel good. I've told you that. I feel great. So it's such a blessing, so incredible. I'm trying to hold this. My hand is dropping. I'm going to go now. I've covered crazy subjects. I don't even know what to label this because we talked about 2 or 3 different things. But I want you to have a great day. I want you to feel good. Stand up tall. Try not to limp. Be happy for everybody. Don't complain to everybody except your doctor. Your doctor needs to know. And don't forget, don't let your disabilities define who you are. Bye-bye.